Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome to Newcastle Airport in the northeast of England, and welcome to the kind of flying that picks you up, puts it over its knee and gives you a damn good hiding. Yes, we're doing IFR with ATC, and well, it's got to be done. It's something that I've not done for a while now. It's an aspect of flying in the sim which is great fun and very rewarding, but quite a bit more technical, and it tests all your skills at the same time, and really that's what this flight is all about. We're going to be going up in this gorgeous A2A Simulations Comanche, my favourite single-engine GA aircraft, hands down. It really is beautiful, and a nice repaint here of a real-world Comanche by Ron Atwood. It's got a very rudimentary autopilot in it, very old school autopilot, so it doesn't necessarily do everything for you. And the weather today is pretty grim, not a huge amount of wind, but nonetheless it's not great. And it's going to test everything, handling, ATC, instruments, all that kind of stuff. And let's face it, I'm no expert. And that's what this is about. It's testing yourself, finding your weaknesses. And here is the route here. It's fairly simple, really. It's from Simbrief. It's going to take us down from Newcastle across the spine of the country down to Liverpool. We've got a nice star there to see how that works. And I'm using BeyondATC, and this will be my first full BeyondATC flight. So interesting to see how that develops, and especially to see how the weather goes. But don't worry, I've got you a flask of tea and I brought you a sick bag, and you're going to be absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. And it's always a bit disconcerting when a pilot tells you there's nothing to worry about, isn't there? Fills you with a little bit of dread. Anyway, let's crack on. First of all, let's remove the magic patwang stuff, just so we can see what we're doing. And I'm going to remove the yoke as well so we can have a look. This is the A2A Comanche. It will bite you on the arse if you're not careful. This is a brand new Comanche that we're using here in 2024, so not expecting much to be wrong with it, but nonetheless we are going to have a good look around and do the walk around. We can see what's happening with the weather today. There's no precipitation at the moment, which is fantastic, and there's not a huge amount of an issue with wind really, so hopefully that should be good to go. Quick check, we've got the medium load for fuel, which is more than enough. We'll have a quick look at maintenance just to check that. So let's do check in with the engineers. Everything's green. Nice, warm, fuzzy feeling from that. And everything's green there as well. Damn well should be. It's a new aeroplane. Right, okay. So we'll do a walk around. First of all, let me just quickly remember to do a couple of things. So first of all, we're going to check lights and the pitot heat. So pop outside, remove that. There we go, and then we're not going to have melted plastic on the tarmac, which is really going to annoy Newcastle Airport ground services. Right, so done that. We'll have master switch on, we'll have nav lights on, and let's whack all the lights on just to check everything's working. Pitot heat's on, that's all good, and now we can jump outside. So, starboard wingtip nav, beautiful. Oh, blinded by the light, landing light, beautiful. Pop underneath. Our strobe is doing very nicely, thank you very much. What should we have a look at now? Don't know why I went there. No, we wanted to go there. Get your click spots sorted out. There we go. Landing light is good. Port navigation light is doing very nicely. Can we see it there? Yeah, we can see that our rotating beacon is rotating in a wonderful fashion. Quick look here, and we can see that our tail lights are all tickety-boo as well. Jump back round here, and we can see a heat haze, but if I touch that, bleeding hell, that was hot. And also, just a quick check of the stall warner there while I remember. So jump back in, and let's calm everything down and save battery if we can. Right. There we go. Let's have the flaps down. Nice mechanical connection there, so we don't have to have power or hydraulics on to do that. And let's jump outside. Oh, quick check. There we go. Yep, parking brake on. Okay, outside. Flap nice and sturdy. As is the aileron, no nasty linkages there. Quick look out here. We haven't got much fuel in the tip tank, but we will have a butcher's. There we go, small amount in there. That's all good. And quick check underneath. Good. No contamination in there. Can hear an aircraft manoeuvring over there. I've got, what was it, FTSL, TL? What on earth is it? FSLTL traffic injector running. I never normally fly with traffic because the AI traffic in this sim is a bit odd, but it's kind of exciting to have real traffic injected, and there it is. Just taxiing out. We're playing with the big boys. Right, where the hell did I get to? I got distracted by that. Okay, so glass is all intact. That's all nice. Look underneath. We have no tie downs. Pop over here. Quickly look underneath. Remove the chock, and the tyre is in good nick, so nothing to worry about there. We should see a lot of fuel in here. And we do, which is wonderful. That's great. And while I quickly pop back in here, and we need to have both fuel cocks on to do the next bit. We'll jump under here, open the hatch, and we can have a look at the fuel sump. Have we any water contamination or anything else? Or has someone been smuggling whiskey in here? No, they haven't. Excellent. Pop you down, close you up. Quick look in the front. Have we got any birdies nesting? No, nothing in there. No one's left any nasty rags in, and the propeller looks in good nick. Come round here to the fuel, oil. And A2A simulate the colour and the level of the fuel. So we can see here our fuel level is good, and we can see by the colour of it that it's all nice and clean. Lovely brand new engine, aren't we lucky? Round here we will now check the port wing fuel tank. That's all good. It's quite nice having, I've said this before, but it's quite nice having head tracking when you're doing this sort of thing, because it's almost like VR. It adds to a bit of realism. Okay, remove the chock, and tyre is in good condition and correctly inflated. Right, we've already had a look round here. We checked our... I wonder if that's still... No, that's cooled down now. And we checked our stall warner there. Glass is good there. Have a quick look in the tank. Try not to be distracted by the cool sound of that aircraft. He's doing his takeoff run, isn't he? Good God, I never thought I'd see the day where I turned into an airline spotter. But I might well be. There's a Ryanair taxiing out. Don't worry, lads, we're coming. Not that they're worried. Quick look underneath. Final drum of the day. Nothing in there. Excellent. Pop round here. Aileron is nice and sturdy, as is our flap. Quick check of the static intake. That's clear. Have a look round the back. Tie down is removed, and the can't find the click spot. There we go. That's all nice. Never forget the rudder. Rudder must never be left out. Bless it. Static intake is good. And round here, we're not going to be worrying about any baggage. We're going to check that our baggage door is closed, and someone take these bags away. We don't need them. So that's our walk around done. We are all good to go. Let's jump in. There goes the Ryanair. You see how dark it's getting, isn't it? We've got to fly through that. That's what makes this sort of thing interesting. As I said at the beginning, this is a this is really the kind of flight to put me through my paces. I've not done this in a long time. I am by no means an expert. Mistakes are going to be made. We should get to the other side okay. but not promising anything. Don't worry, you've signed the insurance waiver. But it should be fun. You and I, we're going to go on an adventure, aren't we? And this is a good chance to say, by the way, I don't normally say this because it's a little bit cringe, but I have been told that as a YouTuber, you've got to say it. Please do consider liking the video and subscribing and click that notification bell. Apparently, if you don't say that, sometimes people forget to do it, and also if people don't do that kind of stuff, then the video doesn't necessarily get shared out amongst other people and suggested. I've always gone along with the idea that if someone likes a video enough, they're going to do those things without me having to prompt them to do it. But I'm told apparently a lot of people don't think to do it, and it does have an impact on how the video gets shared out with other people. And all that sort of thing. There he goes. Ta-ra, fella. So yes, sorry. End of that. Actually, while I'm flogging things, there's also a Discord. We've got a new Discord. I'll put a link down below. Come along and say hello. Right. I think we should get cracking. Quick swig of tea there. Sorry about that. So, checklists. We've done the pre-flight. Passengers are briefed you. I've scared you enough. Seatbelts will pretend they're secure. Control locks, I've removed the magic patwang. Parking brake is set. Gear switch is down. Checking my physical controller as well, because that's always a bit embarrassing if that's set to up. Flaps are now, we can put those up because we've done our pre-flight. Radios are all off. Autopilot master is off, avionics is off, all electrical switches are off, and circuit breakers are all in, and we do have to check those because that can give you a nasty shock. I've had things happen before where you think, why isn't that working, and then you realise the circuit breaker's popped out. It's all very realistic. Right, rotating beacon on, and now we can move on to the engine start checklist. So fuel selected desired tank, I've got them onto both. Mixture is rich, prop is fully forward, and throttle is cracked. There we go. Just again checking my physical controllers just to make sure nothing funny is going on with those. Right, carb heat is off. Master switch on. All comes to life. You can hear the whirring of the rotating beacon there. Fuel pump on. Check fuel pressure. Just wait for that to come up. Good God. I'm sure that was lightning then. This is going to be interesting. Right, we've got fuel pressure. That's all good. Fuel pump is now off. We're going to prime the engine. Thunderstorms are forecasted today. Not that I'm scared. Right, we've done that. Let's have mags to both. And every start in this aircraft is different. So this will be quite interesting. So let's go for... Oh yeah, we should do this, shouldn't we? Clear prop! There we go, nice start. Let's have a look down here. All pressure is in the green, lovely, warm fuzzy feeling. And let's bring the RPM down a bit. And we can lean her out as well so that we don't foul the plugs. There we go. That's so good. Okay, let's close the door, because it's going to get noisy, and let's pop on our headphones. There we go, that's much better. So we can lock the primer now while I think about it. Okay, quick look down here. How are we doing? That's all good. I'm going to pop the nav lights on now as well. We'll just turn the instrument lights up a little bit. Let's have avionics on. Bring everything to life, bring the GTN to life, and now this is where we have to start talking to ATC. Just go through all that. Map, there we go. Right, bear with me, because very stupidly...
TAWS, system test okay.
Actually, let's lock off There we go. Let's lock that off. I need a pen. I need a pen. Where's a pen when you need it? That's the kind of professional I am. Jumped in the cockpit without even having a pen ready. So one of the lineies is just having to run out and get a pen for me. Here we go. Thank you very much. Right, so got that ready. That's all good to go. Let's turn the head tracking back on now. So first of all, I'm going to get my clearance, and I'm going to say it again just for the benefit of anyone jumping in, especially people who are very knowledgeable about how things work with ATC and that sort of thing. I still consider myself a beginner. I've done a fair bit. I used to fly for a VA, and I always tried to use ATC for that. I've done pilot to ATC, and I've done say intentions, although I've not used that for a long time. My phraseology isn't brilliant, and I do have to think things through, so there are going to be mistakes on this. I'm just pre-warning you. Right, let's move you. I'm going to put you... Yeah, that's better. Let's put you there. Okay, now we need the ATIS frequency. So if I get my... let's lock you off again. There we go. Here we go. EGNT. And we want the information. Open airport. Sorry, you can't see all this, but I'm just getting my... Should really have made a note of these before. That would have been quite good. So, and I'm looking off Navigraph charts now. So the ATIS is 118.38, and I'm just going to cross-check against what that says in BeyondATC. So in BeyondATC, yeah, ATIS is 118.38. So let's have a look. 118.38. Transfer.
2.07 QNH1002. VFR conditions: landing and departing runway 25, transition level 070. Advise on initial contact. You have information, India. Newcastle Airport information, India. 0928 Zulu. Wind 260 at 5. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 3000. Temperature 14. 2.07 QNH10.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We've got that. We've got that all sorted out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bang in 1002 on the QNH. So we've got that all set up. There we go. And then also let's put the head tracking back on. Also, while I remember, the Comanche has got really harsh simulated gyro drift, so I'm just having a look at that. But actually, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. It's normally a bit more off than that, but happy with that. And that's not something you want to be wanging around with in the air, that's for sure. Okay, so what else do we need to have a look at here? That's all good there. Runways, that's all good there. We're going to be using 25. I'm just going to wind that up on here. That 246 is the magnetic for that, so we'll just... There we go. Okay, right, now we are... So we've got our ATIS, and now we're going to get our ground... our IFR frequency from ground. So I'm just going to go into here. 121.730, and I'm going to transfer that. That's good, and we're connected up. And I'm
Speedbird 13 Echo, Newcastle ground, expect runway 25, Gurley 1 Yankee departure, squawk 4066.
Don't call me a girly.
Gurley 1 Yankee departure, squawk 4066, Speedbird 13 Echo.
A lovely pilot.
Speedbird 13, Echo readback correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
I'm trying to make a video here, chaps.
Wilco, Speedbird 13 Echo.
I love this. This is so cool, and that's that traffic over there.
Speedbird 13 Echo, at gate 3 request pushback and engine start.
Okay, so...
Speedbird 13 Echo, Newcastle ground. Pushback approved. Face east.
I'll get my...
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east. Speedbird 13 Echo.
I'll get my clearance in a second once I've remembered what I'm actually meant to say. Newcastle ground, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Julie on the GA apron with information India. Request IFR clearance. I said Julie. It's Juliet. Of course it is.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet. Newcastle ground. Thanks for information India. Expect runway 25. Climb 6,000 feet on runway centerline. Then expect radar vectors. Gurley. Squawk 6710.
Oh, that threw me. Okay, let's have a look.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, Newcastle ground. Thanks for information India. Expect runway 25. Climb 6,000 feet on runway centerline. Then expect radar vectors Gurley. Squawk 6710.
Right, bear with.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, Newcastle ground.
They're getting worried now.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, readback correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Okay, expect runway 25, climb 6,000 feet on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Gurley, squawk 610. Correction 6710, Golf X-Ray Juliet.
Speedbird 13 Echo, ready to taxi to the active. Speedbird 13 Echo, runway 25 taxi via Alpha, Delta. Runway 25 taxi via Alpha, Delta, Speedbird 13 Echo. Newcastle ground Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, contact tower when at runway hold point. Squawk 6710.
Contact tower when at runway hold point, squawk 6710, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Well, I haven't actually asked for taxi yet, so anyway, so we are 6710.
Newcastle ground Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, contact tower when at runway hold point. Squawk 6710.
Strange. Contact tower when at runway hold point, squawk 6710, Golf X-Ray Juliet.
Newcastle Ground Golf Alpha, Paper X-Ray Juliet, contact tower, when at runway hold point, squawk 6710.
Okay, something's not right there. So maybe a little bit of a glitch, so we will see where we get with. So I'm going to request taxi now. See if that gets us over this hump. Request taxi to runway 25, Golf X-Ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, runway 25 taxi via Foxtrot, Bravo, Alpha, Delta. Hold short, runway 25.
Taxi via Foxtrot Bravo Alpha Delta, hold short, runway 25 Golf X-Ray Juliet. Okay, that sounds good. I think we might be back on track now. I'm just having a quick look at the map just to make sure I know where I'm going. That's good. Okay. So where are we? Taxi primary is locked, avionics are on, ammeter is checked, transponder we've done, altimeter we have set, and I've checked the heading, landing gear lamp is green, nav lights are on, parking brake we're going to release, and then we can do a quick check of that. Yeah, brakes are all good. Okay, let's get moving. See where we go. This is going to be very interesting. Interesting we had that little glitch there. I can't help but think that somehow I've done something, maybe because I was taking a long time to try and respond. Maybe that's part of the issue.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, cross runway 25 at Foxtrot. Continue taxi via Foxtrot, Bravo, Alpha, Delta.
Cross runway 25 at Foxtrot, continue taxi via Foxtrot, Bravo, Alpha, Delta, Golf, X-Ray Juliet. She said we can do it, so we're going to do it.
Speedbird 13 Echo. Contact Newcastle Tower 119er, decimal 705.
Wang our way around
Over
here.
to Tower 119er, decimal 705, Speedbird 13 Echo.
That looks suspiciously like a flyby there. Interesting. Don't think I've ever seen an airliner do that at an airport, unless it's Farnborough. So now we go up here. Let's concentrate on the taxiing, please, if you don't mind. Whoa! Over a hump. This is the Orbex Newcastle, so I suspect what we saw there was a little bit of funny things going on with terrain mesh. Didn't see a step there, but we certainly went over one. And then we can go up here. A nice little drive around the airport. Just check, yes, I have gone the right way. That's good. Okay, well, so far, so good. Let's have pitot heat on now. So yeah, as I say, this has got quite a rudimentary autopilot in it. It will follow the track from the GPS, but it won't intercept it or do tight corners like a modern autopilot will. And also, as far as altitude goes, we have to fly to the altitude, and then it will hold the altitude, but it won't seek altitude. So it's not quite the same as a modern autopilot system, where once you get into the murky cloud, you can just let the computer do all the fine flying for you. Yeah, instrument flying and that sort of thing is something I don't have a huge amount of experience of, so this is why it's going to get quite interesting. Just keep going down here. Ooh. Let's just hold your horses there a second and wind the map out a little bit just so I can see. There we go. Well, we're going to keep going. We've got the TDS GTNXI down here as well. I'm going to go all the way to the end, I think. Why the hell not? Why not? Just turning the instrument lights up a bit. It's rather murky. Watch the speed. And then we'll do...
All aircraft be advised, information Juliet now current. QNH1002.
Going to do a quick warm-up over in this area.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet. Contact Newcastle Tower 119er. Decimal 705. Bye-bye.
I mean run-up, not warm-up. There we go. Okay, where are we? Contact Tower 119 decimal 705. Good day, Golf X-Ray Juliet. This is where people start telling you off in the comments. Good day is not proper phraseology. Okay, I'm not going to contact Tower just yet. Okay, feet are on the brakes. Let's bring you back round here and then we can do our run-up check. Run up. Okay, position into wind, yes. Brakes, I'm holding. Fuel quantity check are good. Mixture, I'm going to pop onto rich while we do this. Throttled to 2000 RPM. Checking the fuel tanks, we've got both on. There we go. Instruments all good, nothing to worry about there. Let's do a mag check. All good. All good. Cycle the prop. Excellent, and now we'll bring it back to 1800 RPM on the prop and see if she holds it. Just get the right spot. There we go. So the governor's working nicely, and now we'll do a quick carb heat check. Actually, I should put that there, shouldn't I? Let's put that back in. Carb heat on, we can see the RPM drop. Excellent, that's all good. Let's bring that down there. So we have completed our run-up check before takeoff. Controls full, and yeah, that's all good. Elevator trim neutral, always worth checking that because that can give you a very nasty shock if that's not where it should be. Door is latched, that's all good. Flaps we're not going to be using, don't need to worry about that. Fuel selector desired tank is onto both. Fuel pump is now going on. Mixture is full rich. Prop is fully forward. Carb heat is off. Checking the primer is locked. Didn't mean to do it. Give it a pump. Just trying to tootle it there. Right, engine gauges, have another look at that again. Everything's good there. Pitot heat is on. We're now going to put strobe on. We're going to put landing lights on. And we are going to contact Tower. Newcastle Tower, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet is ready for departure, runway 25.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Newcastle Tower, wind variable, fly runway heading, runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
Copy the winds, fly runway heading, runway 25, cleared for takeoff, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Quick check, nothing coming. And as we're at a busy airport, I'm not intending to hang around for very long on the ground, so let's get some power on. Good, ready to climb, gear up. Some funny thing going on with the grass textures down there. It's coming back on the RPM a little bit. Trimming.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, contact Newcastle Director, departure 125.83.
Contact Newcastle, departure 125.83, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Newcastle, departure, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, on runway heading, climbing to 6,000 feet. Should have probably said runway heading 25, maybe.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Newcastle Director departure identified, climb to 7,000 feet, QNH 1002.
Climb to 7,000 feet, QNH 1002, Golf X-Ray Juliet. So we'll keep that climb in, just check the heading there, just drifted a bit.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, turn left, heading 180.
Turn left heading 180, Golf X-Ray Juliet. This is where it all gets a little bit more tricky. Not much in the way of ground to help us, so we're flying on instruments. Okay, we have the fuel pump off now, and I'm going to pop the carb heat on. The Comanche is very susceptible to carb icing, so we're going into cloud, so I don't want any nasty surprises. Oh, nice to see some blue sky up there. Just having a look at the map there for a moment.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, contact London Control 118.775.
Contact London Control 118.775, Golf X-Ray Juliet.
Negative London Control on 118.775.
London Control on 118.775, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Not sure what I said then, but I obviously got it wrong. 118 to get told off. Good that it picked it up on that though, and it didn't just accept it. London, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, with you climbing to 7,000 feet on a heading of 180.
London Control, Flyer 2341, flight level 192.
Rude, I'd spoken first.
Flyer 2341, London Control. Good day. Radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 370.
Just leaning out a bit.
Continue climb to flight level 370, flyer 2341.
Speedbird 6 uniform, London Control, expect Apple 1 Golf, runway 23.
Expect Apple 1 Golf, runway 23, Speedbird 6 uniform.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, London Control, identified.
Thank you.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, cleared direct Gearly. Resume own navigation.
Clear direct Gurley, resume own navigation, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Okay, let's have a quick look. That's strange. That's strange. Okay, let's have a quick look. We appear to have lost... I'm sure I loaded it in, but obviously I didn't. Billy Basic, you numpty. I haven't loaded in my flight plan, have I? Right, so let's catalogue, doopy-doopy-doo, import. I haven't, have I? I totally forgot. There we go. What an idiot. Okay, something, I think I've loaded in the wrong one. I'm trying to do quite a few things at the same time here, so bear with me. Bear with me. Let's come back out of there. I've loaded in the wrong flight plan. I'm trying to fly the aeroplane and look at the GTN at the same time, and making a bit of a hash of it. So new import EGNT. There we go. Activate. Concentrate on the flying. Oh, came up to 7,000 feet there. So let's fly the aircraft first of all. Going to get the autopilot warmed up. There we go. Something isn't quite right here, so I need to... Okay, we're going to do this another way. We've climbed, which isn't good while I've been fiddling with that. Just need to try and figure out what's going on with my GTN. This is why I should have done this on the ground. So again, lesson learnt here. Don't mess about with this in the air. Get it right on the ground. So we're going to go on to heading mode. Okay.
Speedbird 6 uniform, Apple 1 Golf, runway 23. Report ready for descent.
Let's
Apple 1 Golf, runway 23, ready for descent. Speedbird 6 uniform.
let's get back.
Speedbird 6 uniform, descend to flight level 260.
Need to descend.
Descend to flight level 260, Speedbird 6 uniform.
Since we are climbing like the clappers.
Easy 56 Romeo Foxtrot, contact London Control 118.475, bye bye.
Center on 118.475. Easy 56 Romeo Foxtrot.
I could have sworn I had imported my correct flight plan, but that looks like an old one. Yeah, no, that's correct. Activate. Yes. Back. Map. So why is it not appearing on there? feel like I'm going mad. Okay, let's go direct to... Yeah, it's got Glasgow in there. We're not going anywhere near Glasgow. Gurley... Activate. Ah, now it's picked it up. How weird. So the GTN must have been stuck. You can see now that I've activated going direct to Gurley, which is in the flight plan, suddenly the map has now loaded the correct flight plan in. How strange. Okay, well, we've got there. So I'm now going to put it onto track. So the flight plan will follow the autopilot is now going to follow the GPS track. And I'm just correcting our height situation because...
Easy 93 Alpha Delta, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
Center on 119.875, Easy 93 Alpha Delta. Have a good day.
Hello, come back. What on earth is going on? Okay, I put autopilot height hold on, and it seemed to be wanting
KLM 46 November, turn right, heading
going into a
315,
dive.
climb to
So
flight level 320.
let's bring that down.
Turn right, heading 315, climb to flight level 320, KLM 46 November.
That's what tends to happen. You're trying to do so many different things. You're chasing everything around. And as I say, that if I had sorted out the GPS on the ground, it's never done that to me before. Never done it before. But had I done it on the ground, I would have ironed that issue out. But that's really weird that it's happened. I always say that weird things always happen when I'm trying to make videos or in live streams. And that was odd. Okay, so we're coming back down to 7,000 feet. Right in the cloud. It is absolutely horrible. Let's trim some more. Now that we're in the cloud, wow, getting blown around quite a bit. So let's get some nice, rather than chasing instruments, let's get some nice smooth control. And then I'm going to pop it onto there. So it's now on height hold. Now we can have a quick look around. I'm just going to check the... I'm not leaning off the engine management computer thing. I'm just doing it old school. Off
For 5 Delta Zulu London Control, expect Lister 1 November, runway 25.
Off the EGT.
Expect Lister 1 November, runway 25,
Okay.
Easy 45 Delta Zulu.
Whew, okay. Let's calm everything down a little bit. There we go. So, engine instruments are good. Happy with that. No problems there. We can have landing lights off now. That's okay. All good. Okay. Wow, that was interesting. Yeah, really interesting on the GPS there. As I say, it's never done that to me before, so I don't know why I did it now. Very odd. But odd things always seem to happen doing this kind of thing. I actually tried to make this video last weekend, but I didn't get anywhere because for no apparent reason the FPS were just dropping out. So I'm not sure what that was about. Keeping the carb heat on. Let's have some heat. Because it's getting a little bit cold up here. Happy with all that there. There's green and pleasant to land down below. Let's have a quick look at what the engine's doing, because this is always quite interesting. It's a great way to learn about what the aircraft is about with these panels here. Okay, so we're not necessarily at our leanest level. So if I just lean off a little bit more, when I say lean, I'm talking about economy. There we go. See those start to change a little bit. These flashes here are sparks, so that's all nice and healthy. Good. Excellent. Happy to yeah, just leaning a little bit more. There we go. We'll just leave it there. Speed's good. Temperature gauges are good. We're at our assigned height, altitude. So that's a good. Transition is at 7,000 feet, and they've not taken us above that.
Speedbird 6 uniform, descend to flight level 200.
So we're still on.
Descend to flight level 200. Speedbird 6 uniform.
We're still on QNH. Look at that. Let's have a look outside. Wow, we are really flying right into the murk, aren't we? Needs a bit of up trim there, so we'll do that. Let's get the old tablet up again. Have a look at here. Just checking a couple of things. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to leave it on the engine analyzer. Pop that down. Get you out of the way. Pull the defroster on. See a bit of ice building up.
Speedbird 13 Echo, London Control, expect Nugra 1 Hotel, runway 27 right.
Carpeat still on. We can check that actually.
Expect Nugra 1 Hotel, runway 27 right, Speedbird 13 Echo.
If you look at this here.
Easy 45 Delta Zulu, Lister 1 November, runway 25. Report ready for descent.
And if
Lister 1 November, runway 25, ready for descent. Easy 45 Delta Zulu.
And if I now
Easy 45 Delta Zulu, descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200, Easy 45 Delta Zulu.
if I turn carpeat off, there you go.
Speedbird 6 uniform, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
That was almost immediate.
Center on 119.875. Speedbird 6 uniform.
Almost immediate. We didn't even see the indication here, but it was all starting to start up. Let's do that again now. It's gone a bit quieter. Hear that burbling.
London Control, Speedbird 7 Charlie. Good day, flight level 290.
Speedbird 7 Charlie, London Control, radar contact.
Clever little autopilot keeping us going. It's definitely not very nice up here.
Speedbird 13 Echo, descend to flight level 200.
I
Descend to flight level 200, Speedbird 13 Echo.
think we've avoided the
Easy 602, London Control, expect Lister 1 November, runway 25.
Expect Lister 1 November, runway 25, Easy 602.
I think we've avoided the really
Easy 430 Juliet, turn left, heading 165.
nasty thunderstorm.
Turn left, heading 165. Easy 430 Juliet. London Control, Shamrock 69 X-ray, flight level 360.
Shamrock 69 X-ray, London Control, radar contact.
It's funny when you're in an aircraft like this and in these conditions, you really do feel a sense of affection
London
for
Control,
it, keeping you safe.
KLM-962, crossing flight level 120 for flight level 150.
KLM-962, London Control, radar contact, climb to flight level 310.
Climb to flight level 310, KLM-962.
Greenstone 12 Mike Charlie, contact Manchester, approach 121.355.
Contact Manchester, approach 121.355, Greenstone 12 Mike Charlie.
I'm guessing at some point the free premium voice pack might run out on this flight. We'll see. They're doing so much talking, but the Billy Basic ones seem pretty good as well. Just keeping an eye on the instruments.
EG36 Whiskey Papa, contact London Control 118.475.
Center on 118.475, EZ36 Whiskey Pupper.
There we are, just in a world of absolute murk with a little bit of icing building up. Oh! Look at that! Clear air. Beautiful. Oh, bit of up trim required.
602 Listo 1 November, runway 25. Report ready for descent.
Now obviously in
Listo 1 November, runway 25, ready for descent, EZ602.
the real world,
EZ602, descend to flight level 200.
in the real world you probably wouldn't do this, let's face it,
Descent to flight level 200, EZ602.
in an aircraft like this. We'd probably...
EZ430 Juliet, London Control, expect Apple 1 Golf, runway 23.
We'd be
Expect Apple 1 Golf, runway 23, EZ430 Juliet.
we'd be asking for
Shamrock 69 X-ray, Baxter 4 Lima, runway 28 left, report ready for descent.
we'd be asking to get out of the
Baxter
weather.
for Lima, runway 28 left, ready for descent, Shamrock 69 X-ray.
Shamrock 69
See the
X-ray, descent
ice
to
building up.
10,000 feet, QNH 1004.
Descent to 10,000 feet, Shamrock 69 X-ray.
I wonder if we can just get underneath the cloud there. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try... I mean, it probably takes us out of airspace, but I want to try and see what this does. So we're at 7. Let's try 6. Request descent to 6,000 feet. Golf X-ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha Papa X-ray Juliet, Pole Hill 1 Lima, runway 27, descent to 2,000 feet, QNH 1004.
That's not what I asked for. That's not what I asked for. So it's put me onto the It's put me on. So Pole 1 Lima is the star for Liverpool. Okay.
Golf Alpha Papa
Okay.
X-ray Juliet, Pole Hill 1 Lima, runway 27, descend to 2,000 feet, QNH 10040.
I'm going to do it anyway. Pole 1 Lima, runway 27, descend to 2,000 feet, QNH 1004, Golf X-ray Juliet. So let's, what did he say, 1004?
Golf Alpha Papa X-ray Juliet, contact Liverpool approach 119.855.
Contact Liverpool approach 119.855, Golf X-ray Juliet. So let's just quickly track, and then we will, there we go, go into a descent because he said 2,000 feet and it was on 1004 in the box, and I've done that. So we want 119.855, 119.855, and enter.
London Control.
Get rid of you. Okay.
All aircraft be advised, information Tango now current, QNH 1004.
I should, okay. Liverpool approach, Golf Alpha Papa X-ray Juliet, descending to 2,000 feet on for the Pole 1 Lima arrival, runway 27. Blimey, that wasn't very professional.
Golf Alpha Papa X-ray Juliet, Liverpool approach, QNH 100 for expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27.
QNH 1004, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27, Golf X-ray Juliet. Okay, that's good. So ILS runway 27, let's pop that in the box while we've got it. So procedure, first of all we've got the arrival is the Pole 1 Lima, and I'm going to leave that in, and then I'm going to, should have done it there, approach is the ILS runway 27 and vectors, so there we go. Okay, so we've got all of those in the box. Keep that descent in. How's everything looking? Murky as hell. I'm kind of looking forward to hopefully getting out below the cloud, because that will make life a lot easier. Descent in. Let's have a quick look at the engine, just check that's okay. Yeah, that's all good. Sounds alright. Yeah, so I guess because I asked to descend, somehow that's triggered that that command, but that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. He gave us an instruction, so I'm going to follow it, and maybe that's what it's meant to do. Again, with my somewhat limited experience of ATC, I've not seen that happen before, but then this is my first full flight with BeyondATC, and maybe BeyondATC just does things differently. Getting buffeted around here. There is the ground. What a lovely sight. It's such an obvious thing to say, but it's so much easier being able to fly with reference to the ground. Especially if you've got a nice horizon as well, which you don't necessarily have, but at least seeing the ground gives a better idea of what the hell's going on. That was just the gear horn sounding, as I'm sure you know, just because I'd come back on the throttle a bit too far. So let's have a quick look up here. I'm going to get my chart up on my Navigraph charts. That's all good. And then I'm also going to...
Easy 1-5 Tango Alpha, leave Trent heading 355. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27.
Leave Trent heading 355, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27, Easy 15 Tango Alpha.
Okay, just adding a couple of things to Navigraph. Sorry, just realised that means that it puts your head right over there, doesn't it? Okay. Keeping that descent in, watching the ground. Hopefully it hasn't made a mistake and it's not telling us to descend to 2,000 feet. Hopefully it's not going to cause us any issues.
Easy 15 Tango Alpha, turn left heading 295, intercept the 27 localizer vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 295, intercept the 27 localizer, Easy 15 Tango Alpha.
You can't beat the localizer.
Easy 15 Tango Alpha, for 1 mile from Chef 27, turn left heading to 295, maintain 2,000 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS runway 27.
I'm not kidding, I'm a little bit nervous about...
Turn left, heading 295, 2,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 27, Easy 15 Tango Alpha.
about descending to 2,000 feet, but I'm just going to keep an eye on. We have got the GTM which will warn us. But 2,000 feet, especially when you can't see a bleeding thing, feels rather low. And I can just see the outline of a hill just ahead. You can probably tell by the tone of my voice that this is getting a little bit interesting. Still, we shall see where it takes us. Sometimes I've learned in flight simming, especially doing this sort of thing, that you think something is wrong and then you actually find out it's right. So and this might be one of those situations where I am worrying for no damn good reason, although it does feel a little bit low, doesn't it? I certainly don't think we're still in the airways, that's for sure. I think me asking for descent, as I say, triggered it to do that. So we're approaching 2,000 feet now. Still very much in the murk. Let's come be an interesting landing actually, Liverpool. Actually, I don't think unless it clears there, we're probably not going to get much to look at. There we go. feet now. Let's lock that off. Icing is gone. I can put the defroster off now, I think. Got any sandwiches? No, no sandwiches today. How are we doing down here? That's all good. This kind of flying is just so interesting because you do learn so much and pick up on little things, and it is a way of shaking out, you know, for someone like me that doesn't do this very often and isn't very experienced at it. It kind of forces you to find your weaknesses, as I said. Forces you to, you know, to face the reality of it. I'm really not convinced by this 2,000 feet. According to the according to the Star, it says what pilots should plan for possible descent clearance as follows. So from pole, flight level 070 by Typod. But he's taken us straight down to 2,000 feet. I'm gonna. Do you know what? I wonder if he was giving us that because of the weather. Do you think? What do you think? What do you think? You, who may well know a lot more about this than me, why would the controller have cleared us to 2,000 feet when I asked for 6,000 feet? Just to get us a little bit below it. Why do you think he would have taken us all the way down here? Because it's an interesting interesting choice. I mean, it's certainly below the cloud at this point. We're about to go into some murk, but it's not too bad. Temporarily put the carpet off. Let's bring up the... There we go, we can have a look at that. Because of the height we're at, I'm also running full mixture rich. Bit of down trim it's calling for there. And we're about to run into the murk. Right, here we go. So you can see, because we're coming into visible moisture, you can see we're starting to build up some ice in the carb there. We'll keep an eye on that. This is an experiment. At this point you would put the carpet on, obviously, but for anyone who doesn't know, just going to show you how that builds up. So the wonderful thing about this AccuSim system is that it teaches you, in the real Comanche, obviously you wouldn't have a visual display of ice building up, but this teaches you the physics of how everything works, which is quite interesting. One of the things I do need to do is this engine management system here is I never really use it. I still use the old instruments here. That wasn't in the original FSX and P3D Comanche, so it's a new instrument in MSFS, and I need to get into the habit of using it. It's there, so why the hell don't I use it? It seems crazy not to, really, doesn't it? So the ice actually isn't building up too much. Now that's what I was waiting for. Okay, let's keep an eye on that. Let's end this game. Let's carpet on and a little bit of down trim, and let's get ready to pull back on the yoke if we need to.
500.
Yeah, I think ATC made a bit of a boo-boo there. I really don't think you should have descended us to 2,000 feet, but there you go. That's a little bit disappointing for a first flight. But people say wonderful things about BeyondATC, so I'm going to... I've found before with ATC systems that sometimes something can trigger it to do something weird, and I wonder if me asking it to descend, to 6,000 feet has somehow made it temporarily go a little bit bonkers. But I don't think it should have done that.
Easy 15 Tango Alpha, contact Liverpool Tower 126.355.
And also it's not given us...
Over to Tower 126.355, Easy 15 Tango Alpha.
Also it's not given us our approach clearance, I don't think. So we're just going over a reservoir by the looks of it. So we're coming up to Pole Hill. How are we on our instruments? Just gonna... Yeah, no. Leave it where it is. Okay, this is going to be an interesting approach, I can feel it already. Glad I've got bits and pieces loaded up ahead of time. So much of this is making the work easy for you, as I should have checked that I'd got the flight plan loaded in the GTN. I mean, that's such a basic thing to do, yet I missed it, or I think I missed it. But we should definitely have done that. So, be interested to see now. I'm not going to intervene.
500.
I would probably normally just guide the aircraft round on heading mode, because I'm not sure it's going to be able to maintain the track. But let's have a look. And oh my lord, look at the terrain ahead. I am not happy with that at all. Request climb to 3,000 feet, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Hurry up.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet. Unable your flight is to the south and 3,000 feet is an odd numbered flight level.
Ooh.
Please pick an even altitude.
Tell me off. Request climb to 4,000 feet, Golf X-Ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet. Unable for 1,000 feet at this time.
Well, I'm sorry, matey boy, but I'm ignoring you. That was a little bit too close for comfort there. As captain of this aircraft, I am making my own decisions, and you can tell me off if you want to. We'll just hold it. We'll just hold it there, I think. There we go. There we go. So we're heading into Liverpool now. We're on the Star. We weren't given clearance for the Star, but maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what that line was earlier, actually, thinking about it. He didn't say cleared to, but he did say, he did did give us an instruction relating to the arrival. So I'm going to take it that that was the, you know, that was the clearance. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully now not much in the way of lumpy bumpy stuff, so so that definitely helps. And we're just tootling in now to Wallasey. Still quite murky. I am going to put the landing lights on at this point, I think, seeing as we're so low and in the murk. I'd be really interested if you use BeyondATC. I'd be really interested to see what if you've had experience of that before, and also what you think may have triggered it. Was it something that I did? I'd love to know why he cleared us to 2,000 feet so early when I asked for a descent, but we'll see. Still bucketing, I can't even say it, bucketing it down with rain, isn't it? Oh, look at that. The sunlight glinting on the ground over there. It's one of the things I love about this sim, and I do keep saying it, it is very boring, so I do apologise, but I love the lighting and the detail of the ground. When you're stuck in clouds, like we have been, which is something I don't really do very often, then you know, it's a little bit boring. But hang on a minute. Oh no, God. So it's nice to see the ground. Just got confused then. I thought I saw something that indicated that maybe we were off course, but I think no. Is that what I think it is? Good God, it is. It's got the traffic. It's got the same, it's not say intentions, the FTLTS, whatever it is, traffic. It's picked it up on the GTN. That is so cool. That is so cool. You can tell I don't do this very often. Wow. I saw, it's gone now, but I saw a triangle here. And momentarily it made me think, what on earth? That's not us. What is it? Are we going in the wrong direction? And then I've realised what it is. That's cool. I like that. So, how are we looking? Everything's good with fuel, our temps, our pressures. Happy with that. Interesting, our cylinder head temperature is right on the bottom of green. Yeah, I think we're not going to have a huge amount of visibility at when we get to Liverpool, so something else I'm going to do. Let me lock off the... There we go. Let's have a look. If I have a look at the plate... Yeah, so the ILS is... so it's 266 is the magnetic heading for that. So let's... into here, and I'm just going to what am I doing? There we go. Just pop that there just as a visual aid. Coming up to some more lumpy bumpy stuff up ahead. I mean, look at that. Look at the mast on the top of that hill. Just amazing. I have to travel up this way a fair bit. Where I am now, not a million miles from here, I have to travel up a fair bit on the M6, and this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Amazing. So we're at 2,200 feet on that QNH, and he's not told us off, which is just as well because he was going to kill us. I love the detail of that mast. Looks like we're coming over some sort of a... Is that going to be a gravel pit, or is that just going to be some weird mesh going on? No, I'd say that's a gravel pit, or some kind of extraction going on. That's cool. So what are you flying at the moment, and what kind of flying are you doing? Always interesting to know. I rarely do this kind of flying. I should definitely do it more often. I spend a lot of time in helicopters and that sort of thing. Nice stadium down there. Spend a lot of time in helicopters and warbirds and doing all that kind of stuff, so it's rare that I do this kind of thing, but it's definitely the kind of thing I should do more often. I don't fly airliners or anything like that, so this is where about the closest I get to doing that whole ATC, IMC, IFR, call it what you will. But it's interesting to do it. Very interesting indeed. So he's not given us vectors yet. So interested to see at what point he does that. It's going to take us over to Wallasey on the Wirral Peninsula, and then it's going to schling us round, and then come back onto the ILS for 2-7. Oh, let's have a quick look. I'm going to go into here and let's tee up the ILS on the frequencies on the nav, which is always good. ILS 27 is 111.75, just cross-checking it on my map, and it's there. So we'll have that. I'm going to put it active as nav 1. And then we're good to go. And then we can do a nice easy quick switch. Just trying to think of little things to make life a bit easier when it gets really busy. See some rain up ahead. Pop the carpet off for a moment. Look, that's going to head us straight for that rain. Wonderful. It's interesting how the tip tanks in this this is a repaint for 2020, but it seems that the lighting is doing funny things to the tip tanks, because sometimes they look really red and sometimes they look really black. But one of those things. But this is a beautiful repaint. This is the repaint I fly pretty much all the time. It is wonderful. Ron did a really nice job with this. He'll never watch this video, so he won't know, but you did a good job, Ron. Thank you for doing it, and I know that the real thing doesn't have tip tanks, but I like tip tanks. So soz. Looks like the rain might be dissipating a bit up ahead for our arrival. Just coming north of the airport now. Pleased at least that the FPS is okay. When I tried to do this last week, having some weird technical things, and my FPS just absolutely bottomed out. I've no idea why. Same setup that I've got today, but I was getting about...
All aircraft be advised, information uniform now current, QNH 1004.
I was getting something like 7 FPS, something like that, and I restarted the sim having done the startup and the walk around and all that sort of thing, and I'd taken off and we were kind of established en route but not too far, and I just thought, this is crazy, this is not going to make good entertainment. So I stopped it and restarted the sim, and it was all good. So I've no idea what was causing it. I'd already cleared the cache and all that kind of good stuff, but you just never know with the sim, do you? It can do weird and wonderful things. Okay, I think we should. Let's lock that off. Just lock off there. And we will see if we can have a quick listen to the ATIS on COM2. So, ATIS... is 124.33, so see if I remember how to do this. 124.33. See the Wirral Peninsula and Liverpool docks up ahead. To concentrate on your, I was going to say knob twiddling, but I'm sure that will get a few guffaws. Okay, transfer.
Ceiling 4,500 broken. Temperature 12. Dew point 08. QNH 1004. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 27. Transition level 060. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform. Liverpool, John Lennon Airport information uniform. 1100 Zulu. Wind tree 10 at 5. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 2,200.
Okay, you can go away now. Thank you very much. I just realised we've got that both there, but for some reason the radio did carry on once I'd switched it off. But anyway, there we go. So that's all good. Bosch. There is Liverpool. And look at that. Isn't it lovely? We're actually going to be able to see the ground. The cloud seems to have lifted a little bit. So we're in a better position. We can see what we're doing. Look at the detail of the scenery. You can probably tell by the excitement in my voice. It's so cool to actually have this kind of level of detail right at the end of the flight. I'm so pleased. It would have been a challenge to have done a nice proper ILS landing with whiteout, but it's just nice to see the ground once in a while. Coming over the stadium there. Hiccup. Right, okay, so let's get ourselves into a position where we can start flying. So that's all good, happy with that, Happy with that. I'm just going to bosh that round to there, and I'm going to take her off autopilot because it's about time I started earning my pay. There we go. Descend a little bit now to 2,000. This is where we were meant to descend to 2,000, Mr. Air Traffic Controller. There is the Wirral Peninsula, the land of my birth. You can't tell by my accent, but I was born on the Wirral Peninsula. But never lived here. But there you go. That's a boring fact for you. Okay, watch the height, please. Just keep tootling this way. Of course, in an aircraft like this, again, you know, I can almost hear people saying, this is very unrealistic. You wouldn't be flying this procedure in this aircraft. Well, I know, but the whole point of this is to practice this kind of procedure, so that when we jump into something bigger, we know what we're doing, right? That's what they do in the real world, isn't it? Okay, let's check what we're doing. Quick look down at our instruments. Everything's good. Slight dimming of the light there. A cloud must have gone over. Oh, I'm so glad we can see the ground. It's so cool that we actually get to see the area. I think it's one of the difficult things with doing a video on a flight like this, is that it's not very entertaining for you if we're just in grey cloud all the time. So it's nice to end it with some nice visibility. Coming up to Wallasey. And then we will just continue. Head up to Barros. That beach down there, isn't it amazing? There are some lovely beaches. I do remember from childhood visits here, there were some really cracking beaches. Oh, it looks like we've had a weather injection change. There was me going on about how nice it was to be able to see, and it's just suddenly injected a little bit of murk. How rude! Right. Didn't anticipate the turn very well, did I? Autopilot sitting in the back now with a cup of tea and a packet of biscuits saying, you complete plonker. We'll keep flying the procedure. Intercept the line. There's North Wales. Blown around a little bit there. So yeah, I just I'm a little bit off course, as you can see from the HSI. Should have anticipated the turn onto this a little bit better, so we're just correcting for that and just coming back on. Let's have a bit of trim. Trim is your friend. Ah, interesting. Now, if you haven't noticed it already, you can see our manifold pressure has dropped right down. Our carb heat is not on. And if we look here, you can see all our carburetor ice. Why have we suddenly got all that? Because when it injected that visible moisture, or cloud as we like to call it, all of a sudden I start getting carb icing. So now we put the carb heat on, and if you watch the manifold pressure, there we go, it's coming back alive. That's ACUSIM. Kick you in the arse. That's not the ACUSIM theme tune, but it should be. Again, like I said, for a little aeroplane like this, it's taking us a long way out, but that is absolutely fine because we're flying a procedure, and I do not mind that at all. You actually notice, and I bet someone's already put it in the comments, because I'm flying using the map here rather than headings, but you see how we've got some gyro drift, so let's just pop that. Let's just do that. You really do, I mean, this is what I've fallen foul of, and again, you know, I said that this is all about you know, making mistakes and remembering things for the future. Should really be checking that. I think it's about every 15 minutes or so, but because I've been so intent on flying the GPS and looking at the GPS and looking at the needle rather than actually looking at the heading, I had only just picked up on that. Oh, look at that, we've climbed as well while I've been faffing about doing that. Again, remember, scan everything. I'm talking to myself, by the way. I know you know what to do, I'm talking to myself, but remember to scan everything. If you're playing about with one area of it, don't lose sight of what is happening elsewhere. And because we I know what's happened there, because we had the carb icing and I put the carb heat on, suddenly the power came back, and of course that knocked out the trim that I had in, and we started climbing. I'm going to put the carb heat off now. We have got visible moisture ahead, I know, and we'll be probably taking a closer look at that as we come up. And then up ahead we've just got Barros, we've got our turn over that wind farm. How are we looking? T's and P's good, fuel's good. Keeping that descent in just so we can maintain 2000. There we go. It's funny, I've done some real world flying training, although you probably wouldn't believe it, but back in the 90s I was very lucky. In a previous life with my work, we had to know how to operate aeroplanes, so we were given 15 hours instruction as part of a course, and if they were happy with you, then they would let you go first solo as like a springboard if you wanted to carry on doing your flying. And when I'm doing this sort of thing, I always remember the voice of the instructor next to me. It's those little things, keeping an eye that we're maintaining our altitude, things like that. And when you make a small correction, you know, you pull back on the yoke to climb a little bit. What about your power? What about your speed? All that kind of stuff. See, manifold pressure has dropped again, so we put carb heat back on. Let that kick in. See, speed is coming off a little bit, but I have faith in the carb heat to do its magic. Anytime now, carb heat. Interesting. There we go. It must have just dislodged a bit of ice because the manifold pressure did jump up. There we go. That was me. I had the throttle down quite low. My fault. Go so gentle right turn now. Maintain the correct height. Climbing a little bit. Just change the trim. I think that we're climbing because of the trim that I've got. Just adjusting that a little bit more. Nice gentle right turn to keep us on the on that teardrop pattern. Check the height. Slacken off the rate of turn a little bit there. Check the height again. We just seem to be skipping along 100 feet too high. So let's do something about that. Nicely in the murk. And I ain't talking about a car, neither. I have to say I'm a little bit concerned at how quiet ATC is. It's gone very quiet, hasn't it? I'm kind of hoping, I mean, it's still showing, my BeyondATC is showing it that it's still connected and we've got the right frequency in the box. So that's all good. Maybe there just isn't anything flying right now at Liverpool, but I'd be surprised. Almost tempted to do a radio check just to see if it's still alive, but I don't want to break anything. Well, what's a simple request? Let's ask for the QNH. Requesting QNH at Liverpool, Golf X-Ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, turn left, heading 100, vectors for the approach.
Okay, you can't see it, but there's something weird going on with the BeyondATC. So me asking for that has triggered it to do that, and now I've got request submitted, pilot request. Yeah, I think beyond. Oh, here we go.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, turn left, heading 100, vectors for the approach.
It won't let me talk. So I've in the box it says request submitted, pilot request, and then it's got the speech bubbles. So I'm just going to do what it said.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Liverpool approach.
See? I'm trying to talk to him, but it won't. Okay, I'm going to try. Turn left heading 100, vectors for the approach, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on, but it's not, so it's not listening to me anymore. It's I got
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Liverpool John Lennon Airport, QNH 1004.
Okay, I know what the problem is. So all
Liverpool approach, EG3480, flight level 260, we have uniform on board.
all that time it's been messing around. It was trying to process my initial request.
EG3480, Liverpool approach, QNH 100 for expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27.
QNH 100 for expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27, EG3480.
QNH 1004 Golf X-Ray Juliet. So
EG3480, turn left heading 325, descend to flight level 100, vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 325, descend to flight level 100, EG3480.
trying to mess about and
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Liverpool approach, QNH is 1004.
yeah, you've told us that, mate. I'm not going to respond. It seems that when I respond is when it goes, it gets confused and it keeps repeating it. Quick look around. I'm going to turn carpet off. Let's just that. No, let's put that up there. So autopilot master is off. I'm going to put the fuel pump on now. Fuel is both and is sufficient, so that's all good. Let's keep that gentle descent in. Fuel pressure is good. Mixture is rich. Prop will be fully forward when we get close to it, but I'm not going to do it just yet. And we can do the gear and everything as we get a bit closer. So it's vectoring us quite nicely now, it seems. Coming back over the pool. Detail of Liverpool is quite nice, actually. Let's try and get close to 200 feet or 2,000 feet. Speed's good. Need to just correct the heading a little bit. Just looking at the just need to give that a bit more. There we go. Height's okay now. See where it takes us now. There's the airport over there. So that's all good. Watch the height. Back over the stadiums. Really appreciate how close together they actually are, don't you? There's Anfield. Check heading. Check height. So I think what I am going to do, seeing as he's vectoring us now, I'm going to... oh, that's okay, that's already there, so that's already changed over. So we've now got the ILS actually in the HSI. Good, that's all looking good. Watch your height. As I've been faffing around looking at that, we've climbed a few hundred feet, so easy to do. Aircraft, you think the aircraft is nicely trimmed out, but it still drifts a little bit if you're not paying attention. Okay, we've just lost the ILS there. The signal, that's okay, we'll get it back.
Liverpool approach, Ryanair 263 Delta, flight level 262 with information uniform.
That's cool how it's localized.
Ryanair 263 Delta Liverpool approach, QNH 1004, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27.
QNH 100 for expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27, Ryanair 263 Delta.
Ryanair 263 Delta, fly present heading, descend to flight level 100, vectors for the approach.
Fly present heading, descend to flight level 100, Ryanair 263 Delta.
So, I can't see any other aircraft at the moment, but that's okay. Interested to see how the ATC slots us in. I don't think there's anything in the immediate... Oh no, there's one... Oh no, they're kind of overhead, aren't they? It's not like there's a stream of traffic coming in. What I'm going to do, just to make life a little bit easier, is let's... what is... Tower is 126355, so let's get that teed up. 126355. So we're ready for them. Again, constantly trying to think ahead to make life easier. I know you know all this. Like I said, I'm just talking to myself. Quick look down here, everything's good. We've got the carpet off now. Check the altitude. Interesting how back there, me asking for the QNH seems to throw
approach. Thundercat 2 Lima Echo. Flight level 107 with information uniform.
That's a great call sign, Thundercat.
Thundercat 2, Lima Echo, Liverpool approach, good day, QNH 100 for expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27.
QNH 100 for expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27, Thundercat 2 Lima Echo.
Behold me dangling my Dunlops, for I am Thundercat. It's alright, isn't it? Right, interested.
All aircraft be advised information. Victor now current QNH 1004.
Interested to see where he starts vectoring us, because I'm kind of thinking it would be round about now. Or giving us a new heading, maybe. We'll see. This is the kind of thing that in previous ATC programs and situations they just leave you on a heading forever and you go sailing off sailing off in completely the wrong direction.
Golf Alpha Papa X-ray
Whoa.
Juliet, turn right heading 1 for 5.
Right heading 145 Golf X-ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha Papa X-ray Juliet, turn right heading 235, intercepts the 27 localizer.
Right heading 235 to intercept the 27 localizer Golf X-ray Juliet. Right, let's get the correct altitude.
Thundercat 2 Lima Echo, leave Kagun heading 075, expect radar vectors for ILS, runway 27.
Leave Kagan heading 075, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27, Thundercat 2 Lima Echo.
Right, let's get into pilot mode.
Golf Alpha Papa X-ray Juliet, 2 miles from CEF 27, turn right heading 270, maintain 2,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 27.
Oh, it's all happening at the same time. That's interesting. Turn right heading 270, maintain 2,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 27 Golf X-ray Juliet. Let's have gear down.
Thundercat 2 Lima Echo, turn right heading 070, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1004, vectors for the approach, expect further clearance in about 2-3 miles.
Turn right, heading 070, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1004, Thundercat 2 Lima Echo.
Established on the localizer runway 27 Golf X-ray Juliet. Okay, I did put gear down, didn't I? Yeah, that's all good.
Golf Alpha Papa X-ray Juliet, contact Liverpool Tower 126.355, have a good day.
Tower 126.355 Golf X-ray Juliet. Good day.
Golf Alpha, Paper X-ray Juliet, Liverpool Tower, wind 290 at 7, runway 27 cleared to land.
Oh, I didn't even ask for it. Okay. Liverpool Tower, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet. Copy the winds. Cleared to land, runway 27. Okay, let's get flying again. We're way off the localizer, faffing about trying to figure out what ATC is doing. I don't know what, I didn't even call him and he gave me clearance to land. How strange. Maybe it's because I triggered the talk button but hadn't actually spoken. So, we're very high, prop 40 forward, mixture fully rich. Let's concentrate on doing some flying now. Let's trim. Still quite high, we need to check that. So we'll increase our rate of descent. Quick look around. That's all good. Bringing us down gently to meet that glide slope without chasing the needles. There we go, just coming into it now. Nice that we've got good viz, as long as it doesn't inject some murk. Interesting, we've got carb icing. We actually have got carb icing. Okay, so I've just put the carb heat on. I'm now having to manage the energy because we've got no... You can see where the manifold pressure is. Carb heat's now kicking in. There we go. Interesting. So even though you couldn't, even though we weren't obviously in cloud, the carb heat was very much needed. I did say that the Comanche is very sensitive, didn't I? Another notch of flaps. And again, a little lesson to myself. I was concentrating very much on the speed and the HSI and looking out the window, and I didn't even look across at the manifold pressure until I was trying to figure out why the aircraft felt so sluggish. So we've gained a bit of height, so let's come back down again, intercept that glide slope. If you could, please. Way too high. It's interesting how the runway lights, the Pappies, are all red, but the glide slope is saying that we're too high on the ILS. Makes me wonder where the ILS is going to plonk us. So I'm going to fly the ILS. damn low if we look out the window, doesn't it? Almost curious to see where the ILS is going to take us now. Is this going to be one of those, oh, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, it's gone crazy? Yeah, my eye is telling me that I'm too low. Look at that. There's an aircraft on the runway. See that? It cleared us to land with an aircraft on the runway. And my TV just tried to switch itself off. Why does this kind of stuff always happen? Right when you're trying to do something like this. Unbelievable. Okay, we're back on. ILS is still saying we're a bit too high, but my god. And he must have landed opposite direction. Okay, maybe BeyondATC doesn't manage other traffic in quite the way I thought it did. Okay, we're going to do it to visually now. Big, huge runway.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet. Exit next available taxiway.
I was going to try and scoot off that one there, but let's take this one. Sure, I saw one up here. Let's lean.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet. Exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway. Golf X-Ray Juliet. The strobe.
Liverpool Tower, Thundercat 2 Lima Echo,
There he is.
ILS runway 27.
Thundercat 2, Lima Echo, Liverpool Tower, continue.
Wilco, Thundercat 2 Lima Echo.
Golf X-Ray Juliet is clearly active. What are you going to do?
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, contact ground 121, decimal 955.
Come on, let me talk. Reason why I'm not saying is BeyondATC won't let me talk at the moment. It's got pilot request for some reason, but I haven't asked for anything. Strange.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Liverpool Tower.
So what it's doing now is it's asking me to, it's saying why aren't you responding to me, but it won't let me respond because it says this is what it did back when we had the QNH thing. It's Jesus Christ, who parked that there? Well, that's an immersion killer.
Liverpool Tower Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, reading you loud and clear.
So is that the radio check from... What is that? Clear of the active, Golf X-ray Juliet. Is it my phraseology? Oh, he said
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, clearance already given. Proceed.
You didn't. Where have you cleared me to?
Liverpool Tower, Easy 3480, ILS runway 27.
I don't think you did clear me.
Easy 3480, Liverpool Tower, continue.
Oh, okay. No, he told me
Wilco, Easy 34.
told me to change frequency. He told me to change frequency, didn't he? My fault. Liverpool ground, Golf Alpha Papa X-ray Juliet, cleared of the active. Request taxi to parking. Should have told him where I was, probably.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, welcome to Liverpool John Lennon. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Could you give me assignment, please? Golf X-ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, say again ramp number.
Oh, blimey. I don't know, I'm just... where's General Aviation? Have we got a General Aviation? Request taxi to General Aviation apron, Golf X-ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, say again ramp number.
Okay, didn't like that. I don't want a... I'm just looking at my map now just to see what we've got. See, it just says GA apron. Okay. Request taxi to the GA apron, Golf X-ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, say again ramp number.
Okay, what... Request taxi to General Aviation apron, Golf X-ray Juliet. I haven't got a ramp number on there. Let me...
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, say again ramp number.
I don't have one! God, blimey. What have we got here? Okay, let's have a look on the map here. And then you can see it as well, can't you? There's no ramp number on the map here. Okay, bear with me, sorry about this.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, say again ramp number.
I don't have a ramp number! I don't have a ramp number. If you use BeyondATC and you know what you know what to do in this situation, please do put it in the links down below, because this doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm looking at charts now to try and find...
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, Liverpool ground.
Okay, let's try this. Request taxi to ramp 55, Golf X-ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, ramp 55, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Okay, interesting. Is it interesting, Rob? Yeah, it is. Because this is potentially another one of those situations where so there you go. He said taxi...
Golf Alpha, Papa X-ray Juliet, ramp 55, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Taxi at pilot's discretion to ramp 55, Golf X-ray Juliet. So he's given us taxi instructions at my discretion, but okay, I didn't look out the window, and maybe I should have done. It's taking us into that fella. So let's scoot round here, get out of his way. Again, I'd love to know. I don't think this would have happened in real life, but if you are the real thing, I'd love to know what you think. So, yeah, what I was...
November 27 Romeo Juliet. Ready for airways to Cassel. November 27 Romeo Juliet. Liverpool ground. Expect runway 27. Nancy 2. Tango departure. Squawk 57. Tree 1.
Okay, so what I should have done...
Nancy 2 Tango departure. Squawk 5731. November 27 Romeo Juliet.
What I should have done is I should have looked at...
November 27 Romeo Juliet. Read back. Correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
I should have looked at the taxi chart for Liverpool.
November 27 Romeo Juliet.
Actually, no. No? Okay.
November 27 Romeo Juliet at ramp 56. Request pushback.
I stand correcting myself.
November 27 Romeo Juliet. Liverpool ground. Hold position for traffic. I'll call you back. Hold position. November 27 Romeo Juliet.
I am going to have a quick check just in case. There we go. Okay, let's put the parking brake on. Got the fuel pump off. P2E off, and let's bring everything down now. Mags off.
November 27 Romeo Juliet. Liverpool ground. Pushback approved. Face south.
And we can have avionics.
Pushback and engine start approved.
Okay, right. So, yeah, the parking thing. I was going to say, if I look on the taxi map for this airport, it does have, it does actually have ramps over for the section that we're in here, but it doesn't have ramps for the GA apron. So, I would love to know if you are, if you're used to using this software, and I'm talking about BeyondATC, if you had a GA apron that you had to park at, how would you tell it in that situation where it was asking for the ramp number? How would you tell it where you wanted to go? I'd be really interested to know. That's obviously something I've got to learn, because that all went a bit pear-shaped, didn't it? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the flight. As I say, I'm no expert, but that was good training for me. It certainly gave me a list of things that I need to keep an eye on, and also give me a chance to have a look at BeyondATC and see how that works. Anyway, great to have you along. I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.